What's up, bag holders? Main account time. We got rid of all the newbies. We got dividends rolling in the main account right now. It's a little later, but remember, the best investment you can make is in people, and I'm really excited to make this video today because I popped off a little bit this morning. So, market was down. Let's go through here and update the spreadsheet. We did have quite a lot of activity. It looks like WRB performed a split. Yeah, so I got some extra shares there, huh? I was not aware of that. Looks like we're having some issues here with the brokerage itself, but let's see what we've got going. Okay, so we sold Winnebago. We need to get that updated here. I guess that's right for 11 hours ago. Yikes. Been a long day, you know. But if you want to get a lot done in this one life we have, there's a lot of long days. I got 51.82 per share. You can see it ripped way up, but this was a flip, so this is already a set sell target, right? So we're looking to get back in on the swing. So see you soon. As a matter of fact, yeah, it still needs some time. So got one. You guys counting at home? Let's go ahead and do the day trade stuff because we got a lot of transactions today. This morning, I got out here at the sell. Let's look at what we're looking at. Yeah, beautiful spike up here on the RSI right at the open. That was my exit. So we just sold this thing on the 9th. This is slow, boring silver, right? People don't know why I even mess with this stuff. But I'm here to show you step by step, day by day. If you know what song that is, you are pretty old. Just 2 lots here, nothing crazy, but we're adding more compounding events. It was a 2.16% return, and we have sold this thing 4 times this month for a grand total of 6.05% for the month of July. Let's check against the benchmark. How are we doing? The market's up 2%, 2.25. So we're triple the market, almost. So you can see this is why I do this. So the whys and what fors are important because they make it easier to stick to the system, right? Similarly, gold moves with silver, right? So same kind of a deal going on here. This one, we just sold it yesterday. But if there's volatility in the markets, you'll see me in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out all day. And I'm happy to do that. This one got a 4 lot. Looks like, yep. A little bit less on the returns here, only 1.41%. But it's in one day, you know. We've sold it 3 times this month for 2.3%. So barely beating the market, but still pipping the market. Let's see if we can find all the rest of these. The SQs. Got a trigger to get it on this. This is the short side. So as you look at these, you're like, oh, wow, it's really going. But I've got such a huge position. Oh, wow, look at all this. But look at how it changes as we go through the time frames. Then on the 1 hour, okay, still looking up. But I'm buying it on the daily chart now. And you can see how different it looks, right? We have a lot of room to go up on this chart. All the way up here to like $13, right? The last time it stopped, right? So that's what we got going on. It's not like a massive percentage of my portfolio, but it is a substantial amount. And then the fun part is I got opportunity to buy the TQs. So I like having both because can't be wrong on both. Unless if it just goes sideways, right? But you can see all the opportunities. Boom, 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 boom. It looks like we got this thing all the way into the 15-minute chart. And you can see the nice shape to what we always go for, right? It looks just like a smile because it's just going to go right up. So we also got opportunity on the SPXL. Obviously, it moves with the TQs, not as volatile, but that's okay. I like that asset. I want to see if we did oil or something. No. All right. So go ahead and get your rotten tomatoes out and get ready to throw them because I was a chicken today. All right. And I want to set the table a little bit for y'all. I sold a lot of these positions. Some of them make a lot of sense when you look at the chart, and some of them may leave you in a puzzlement. But I'm really trying to get out of leverage right now, and I have a lot of opportunities that we are watching every day that I haven't even entered the position yet. So I'm cutting positions just a little early. 65 is my deal. We're here right about 65. It's at the golden line. I cut this one. Last thing I want to do is get hung up and start going sideways while other positions are running, right? So we're going to go through these. There were quite a few, and it will trigger some money to go into the charity, so I'm really excited about that. And we'll take you through the steps. This was a 7.07% return. I don't feel bad about getting out early for 7% gainer. And annualized is 429.95% gainer on a little bank. So I'm all good there. But that's the whys and what fors. It's likely to keep going. I don't know. I'm out. I don't care. As you can see, it's not on the list to the right. I've already kind of cleaned my house. Same thing here. We didn't hit the 70, but we are hitting the resistance point, right? So instead of like go sideways to flag it out or whatever and eventually break through, look how clean this move is. We did a little consolidation, and that's the move. So I'm happy to get out of this one as well. And you can call me chicken if you want, but I'm eating good tonight. All right, so on a percentage return basis, it was 4.27 or 4.24% return. Excuse me. And annualized turned out to 154.75% annualized return. Awesome addition there. SLGN. Some of these aren't all that great either, but right now I really put a lot of value on capital, getting capital available. And you can see here, obviously I sold higher than this, but it's this freaking line, man. You know, and you can see all the resistance points you have here, 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 you know. So I just got in a mode. I don't know, maybe just felt like chicken tonight, I guess. But I got in a mode and I just started cutting. Looks like this was a flip trade. Never mind. So this was already a preset sell limit, looks like, for the 1% return, and it just hit. We had a couple of those hit that were waiting on swing trade entries, but just haven't triggered yet. That's exactly what that was. But I wouldn't have felt bad about cutting that either. But I got a way better price than this. All right. on the entry, we got into DRI on a flip here, and you can see the thing just went straight up. So we're in profits, likely to sell that thing in the morning. Berry. You can see here all the chop, right? This one just kind of wore me down a little bit. It'll probably go straight up after this. That doesn't concern me at all. We've had this thing for 2 months, and it will likely be a low annualized return. However, there's value in just getting out. I only get out for profits, so there's that part of it too. So it was 4.03% gain, and that turns into 21.29% annualized return. So not the greatest, but still over, the 10% long-term average of the markets. But this thing can go sideways for a long time, man. I just didn't like it, so I just got out. Like I said, I was just kind of doing a little cleaning house on this. This was another weird one, really close to the 70 here. We're getting towards this last resistance point, right? And sometimes if you think, man, I would just wait a little bit. You also have to understand one thing. I'm working. I'm working a job, man. So this is like, if I got a chance to look at this thing on my lunch break or whatever, they're not all perfect calls, but sometimes I just make the call. We do have a dividend incoming that we already locked in. We will still receive that. Um, and this was a baby return. Looks like. Yeah, 0.43% return, but you can see how far it went against this. It didn't get enough to trigger another entry, or else our cost basis would have been in the middle and we'd been in profits. But, rather than have a loser, it's still a gainer, right? But I want my money, because there's only so much further it can go to the upside. Annualized 2.38% return. So this was a laggard, but they're not all perfect, and you average them in with the 1,000% returners, you're pretty good. There's another one. PFG. We'll go ahead and get rid of this guy. Looks like we bought it on 624. So probably likely a pretty good return here. Beautiful move, right? Sideways and then broke out and went straight up. It's kind of what we're looking for. This one is 2.88% return. Nothing crazy, but they all add up, right? This is a compounding event. 61.75% annualized. Very nice. Okay. KeyBank. I've had a lot of fun with this one. It also plays pretty good on options, but it's volatile. Check it out. So they're early, but we've only owned this one 10 days. So in a week, we can take our money, and then if the market continues to fall, well, now we have more capital to buy flips, right? And then the flips turn into swings, turn into profits, and the cycle keeps going. Money, in my opinion, as a trader, it's got to move. 6.12% return on that one, and annualized for 223.47% returns. Very nice. Very nice. VLY. Look at that thing. This was one I definitely cut too early, but very strong. Didn't own it very long. Take the money and run. Return on this one was 6.97% returns. So you can see within a few days to make 7% almost, 254.28%. I'm just okay to just cut those. That's just what I do. I just take the money off. Maybe that's stupid. I don't know. But I'm doing okay. Here's another one where it's early, but you can see we're on this golden line. When you have a move here through it, it kind of makes it less valuable, but you can see how did it get through it. It had to do a gap overnight, right? So I'm okay getting out here and just taking what I got. Maybe it's not the best ever, but you know, it frees up the capital, and I don't have any problem finding opportunity right now. And if I did, and the opportunity was light, I would just start doing more options. See, so that tool comes out of the bag at that time. This was only a 1.18% return, but you can see that I really didn't like that golden line, and I just decided to cut it. If you held through this, probably still make more money, but it's 10.47% annualized return, and we just keep it moving. It ain't no big deal. Here's another one. Pay chin. And you can see we just taken way too many positions. So in order to make the list more manageable, if I get ones close, I'm just taking it. And 2.47% returns on this one. We've had it the same 10 days. 90.27% return. Beautiful, right? Not in my universe. Not in my way anymore. Thank you for the opportunity. This must have been a flip, I'm guessing. I don't see any little dinky circles. There it is from a couple days ago. I knew there were a few of them. Yep, just a straight 1% return. Nothing crazy here. Nothing to see here. And we're waiting for the entry. And we did get the dividend. So the dividend locked in. We only owned the thing for 3 days, and we got a 3-month dividend. How you like dim apples? I love that stuff. It is a way to fast forward time. I don't really care what folks say. Here's another one right up against the yellow line. It's not a huge returner, right? But I did have some money wrapped up in this thing. It was a flip trade, it looks like. It turned into a swing trade. And I just got out. We had collected several dividend, one dividend, let's see. We collected one dividend. So we got a dividend plus this. I'm not doing all that math. But it looks like almost 3% returns. I don't have the returns on this tab. Maybe I should, but most of them are 1%. But this is pretty close, 2.8% roughly. But we got the dividend too. So, chalk up another 0.5% or something probably. A couple dollars. And then just as I was starting the video, we got paid dividends from SLB and ITW. So that all helps. And you can see that was a pretty fun, exciting day. And moved a lot of money. So we've got a little bit better of a position. I still want to keep pushing it to keep going harder and get in a better position. Um, you know, liquidity versus margin. Uh, but I'm always happy to trade on margin with the day trade stuff because those positions go every couple days. It's not a big deal, and they perform so well. But for these kind of positions, like the swing trades and stuff, I'd like to be uh, a little better balanced for safety, and that's what we're doing right now is looking for swing trade entries, or maybe get chicken and sell something else. You know, I've been looking at this one, but I can't find a reason to sell it, so let it keep running, I guess. This one's very close, but I look to start having some breakout and trigger like this one. You know, so now I don't feel too bad because I've been the next leg of the race. Let's see what we've got to work with here on Ben. We got a dividend pending, so we've already got this dividend on the way, which is nice. And it looks like we already have a position from up here. So this is just an addition. $23.07 on the 08 on the closing print. It's the same for me as it is for you. And the order queued, so not likely to fill overnight, but it did trigger and likely will trigger up here. So this one's not going to be a very good return, but you can see if we get up here towards the yellow, we will be in profits. Probably take a baby gain and just move on, man. They're not all perfect. BYD here on 63 RSI, but there's nothing here, and you got the gap, right? So I'm letting this one run. Arco's up a lot of percentage points. This one too is like it's kind of being a little chicken, but 62 just isn't quite enough, and it's not close enough to the yellow line for me. And you can see where we got in, like there's not much of a gain here. Like it just dumped, but not enough to trigger the re-entry, see? So these will just take more time, and time is valuable, but at the same time, I'm so stubborn, I will not take a loss or just get out unless I got a little bit of profits. It's important, though. I want to show you folks that they don't all work out just perfect, right? And it really takes a lot of confidence and conviction in the system. It's more of a faith than it is like, be smart, this is the numbers, whatever you think, like you're going to get a calculator out and just figure out the stock market. That's not what worked for me. So if you can do it, more power to you, but that was not it for me. There's another one, but it broke out above it. See, and we're at the, we still got a long way on the RSI for this sucker. All right. 115.62. This is an entry. LEA. They've changed the app a little bit. It's throwing me off. Closing print, 117.65. We're after 8 o'clock, so a lot of these will just queue up unless it has a 24-hour, what they're calling it. So look for a lot of them to fill in the morning. We'll go ahead and unflag it. We do want the alert because the alert says even if our order doesn't fill, It'll let us know the move is over, and I can take it off the list, and we just missed it, right? Which could definitely happen. But I'm not going to change my price and chase. That's not happening. That that one's not working very good. Another cool thing to keep in mind too about putting money in towards a charity is 64.9. Yikes! Is that it creates passive income too? Because I put part of the money in passive income. So let's take a look at this one. See what we've got profits wise. It doesn't look like much, right? You can see my little circle there. Still negative 1.5%. So nothing here. We gotta ride it out. Paint the world. Get out there and paint the world. We need help. But always worth looking at. You know, we get over the 65. I'm looking. This is an entry, strangely enough. Right on that yellow line. Oh, we're gonna miss out on the dividend. That's okay. Apparently we have some. We sell that today? July 6th we sold it. This app is something weird. This has the 24 hours here. Closing print. 21/21. And we're ripping. This one queued as well on the 24 hours. Very strange. But we'll unflag it. It's got good momentum. We'll see if we can follow through or if we're going to come back and retest and do all that stuff, right? But either way, it fit the system and I execute very simply. This one with the lows with the dividend coming on, I'm good to hold that. This is why I kept selling them early today. Look at all these entries. It's a much better spot than something on the 200. It's like we already have a position. This was a flip trade that now officially is a swing trade. Very cool. $51.17. It's hard to keep them all together once I got so many. Once I open the floodgates, so we'll just put over here swing and ride it out. Okay. We'll go ahead and unflag it. We need our alert. Now, theoretically, we make more money. We got a bigger position. Dividend coming up there. What's going on here? Okay, we've already had our entry. We're just in profits, just doing our thing. Banks made a move. You know, banks made a move. Very close there. Globe, we're up like crazy percentage wise, but I just can't see getting rid of it. I think it looks fine. There's nothing wrong with it. You got an entry here on Hershey. Yeah, excuse me. Whew. Must be allergic to chocolate. 186. $1.79 on the closing print. We'll unflag it. All these orders are just queuing, so nothing really to discuss there. But they'll likely fill up when I'm in the shower in the morning. Disney, hey, under the 30 again. So we're going to get another entry. We did get the dividend, but this is not the desired result, but it's not anything to get discouraged about. You're used to everything going your way, the stock market will humble you. But on the flip side, if you're used to having struggles in your life, man, seems like business is normal to me. Exact tie on the MAs, so we'll pass. We'll let it go one more day. Very close on this one as well. Target may finally run a little. When I start talking about more rate cuts, you're hard telling what you'll see in the markets, you know. Dividend coming on Abbott. Looks like we're getting back to good over here. BNS, it didn't go down far enough, but when what should happen doesn't, meaning it didn't anchor out again, it's more likely we're going to have a good run because that is bullish. You know, it didn't need to come down for a total reset. This is another entry right here. PPG. I can see that we already have a little entry going on here, but what's one more? Come on. What's one more? $129.71 on the closing print. Same for me as it is for you. And you can see there is no problem finding a place to put the money. It's not a problem. Wow, that was so close to hitting the 30 there. Hawaiian Electric finally breaking out. When that sucker finally goes, I'm not even going to buy any more of it. I already have a ton of it. So tough cookies on that, even though it did trigger. Buying another little piece isn't going to move the average any. I just got way too much. That was a mistake. And we'll power right through these. And we'll have a nice video here. So hopefully I'll find it a little helpful to you. If you do, let me know down below. Appreciate it. Drop me a like if you would. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. I'm doing this stuff every day till I get tired of it. But I really enjoy it, especially on days like today. It was a little unexpected. I had some positions I had held for a while that finally come due. You saw as we talked through the annualized returns that not all of them are crazy good. But maybe after we get through the list here, we'll go ahead and look at the average for the month so far. And you can get kind of a better idea of what the average is, you know. Obviously, we haven't been going very far in this month. We've only got a week going with a holiday, and it's been kind of a funky week. So if you're a little slow on your goals like we are in the public account, don't get discouraged. It's been kind of a screwed up beginning of the month, which it is every year. This is an entry. And Hormel, and oh my goodness, if it fills tomorrow, we will get the dividend. I absolutely love that. And you notice I'm not looking at the financials or anything. It didn't hit the screener. There's something freaking wrong with it, but I don't care. This is purely based off of the technical chart. 30.87 on the closing print. It's the same for me as it is for you. And who knows? Take this thing back up here to the hot list. Made the team. Welcome to the team. All right, and we'll just keep grinding. I had a feeling we'd find a few entries, and like I said, that's why I don't feel bad about getting a little chicken getting out early on some of these other ones. But typically, I mean, when you look at people that do like risk reward trading and things like that, taking a loss too soon can really make it impossible to make any money at all. But this approach is slightly different because I'm never selling for loss, and I'm using the dividends and the cash flow through distributions and everything like that as a self-healing mechanism, along with cash flow from a different account, right? So if you've watched the statement videos, you'll see that my 3-account system for my main money. And if you haven't, you should go check those out. That was so close. Because I think it's important. It's just fun for me, but I think it's important that you understand that there's a flow of money. It's not just a stagnant. This is most people when they're new, they think, "Oh, I got $5,000 and this is what I got." You say, "Well, no, you got maybe 5,000 to start with, but uh, you're going to at least put $10 a week like we do at the public account because that flow is what keeps the stocks moving, and the edge in the market is math." So that's what we got. All right, so let's do a little quick hit, real quick recap for the swing trades. So far this month, we have taken 13, sold 13 of them, and the average annualized return is 213.37%. It's freaking awesome. So if you add up all the returns we actually did get, 53.55%. So you can see you're turning over stuff like that over and over and over and over and over again. There's no problems in getting the liquidity going. Okay, let's go ahead and add up for the charity, see what we can come up with, see if we can scrape some change out of the couch. I don't even have a couch. That's how you'll know I made it, when I get a couch. Not a bad day. Yeah, not too bad. All right, so first chunk goes into the charity, always at first. Remember, you only get to keep what you give away. And it's very true. I'm just going to cue my order for the SPY here. And I'm not going to chance it with the after hours. Hard telling what kind of a fill I would get. There's no rush here. So now I'm just looking at my equity for the cash flow positions. It looks like the lowest position based off of cash flow. I'm sorry, based off of the equity, the total dollar amount is the XYLD here. I think it's shooting around a 9% yield, but it pays every month, and it keeps money coming back in so I can trade more. So just amplifying the effects here. Last thing we have is the spinoffs. I'm doing MDU and UL. Looks like UL gets the money this time. And we'll check that out here on the screen for y'all. And you can see they're supposed to spin, but you can see it's just going crazy. So my potential tax write-off is probably going to be a capital gain, depending on how much of the business they actually spin off, or maybe the spin-off flops, right? We've seen a bunch of these where they say they're going to spin off, they're trying to spin off. You can look at the SEC website, Edgar. If you don't know what that is, do some research, the Edgar website, because it'll show when SEC actually approves the spinoff, so you know for certain. But I like to get in earlier than that, and I'm okay to take a chance on it, right? And if the position, something bad happens to it, it was already planned to be a source of a write-off, right? So that's the way I approach the markets. Hopefully that's helpful to you. I did ramble. Wow, 41 minutes. If you're still here, hit the like button for me. I appreciate that. Have a great evening, and we're looking forward to a big Friday. One way or the other, up or down, I don't care, but move it. Good night, everybody.